Cresu. I think the rest of the games that Godly played today were probably a 2-0 or a 3-0 as well, if we extrapolated the data. But now we're on into this game. We don't got to worry about Godly just yet. It's all about Swata versus Acno, and I think this might be an unforgettable one because we can't even say, a lot of times when we get to the losers finals, we can be like, oh, Acno actually knocked down Swata. This is the salty run back, or the other way around. That's not the case here because of our friend, Baby Boy Daniel.
Are you gonna put Baby Boy Daniel in your top 3?
I might have to, bro. I think Baby Boy Daniel takes Springs, bro. Yeah. I think he does.
Honorable mention.
Swata is gonna easily take that first stock as he totally demolishes Acno early on. So again, actually, we may see the 3-1.
We might. Which means that there's a high possibility that Acno reverse 3-0 Swata, because that has just been happening a little too much. But Swata's so good at the beginning of these sets of just completely surprising his opponent, taking them off guard and taking that first stock in under 30 seconds. Weapon comes through. That was a great dodge from Acno. Swata gets that on a lot of players. Well, he'll do a dash jump. He'll dodge in place, and at the very end of the dodge, where it's accessible, there's the gravity cancel D-light in the other direction. But Acno dodges that in reaction, evens the stocks, and this is the difference between Machete and Acno that I was talking about, where if Acno's at a deficit, that stock gets evened up so quickly. It doesn't matter how it happens.
Even if we get to that 3 stocks to 1 situation, I put so much more confidence. Not that I have a lack of confidence in Machete, it's that I have that much more in Acno as a player who has achieved so many things, almost every award you could possibly achieve in this game, except the actual LAN World Champion, that I put more confidence in Acno. What a beautiful weapon toss that was to bounce it off the wall after avoiding the ground pound.
Ooh. Oh, no way.
Oh, yo!
Swata turns one of Acno's favorite unarmed punishes into an opportunity, getting the D-Light down to recovery, almost taking him off the top, but Acno, nice job, dodges the side light, goes for the edge guard side air, catches Swata off guard, and Swata knows he can't make it back. Acno takes the lead.
He is very deep in the red. We know that Acno was able to even up the stocks very quickly when he was at a deficit. We'll see what Swata is able to do. He goes off stage unarmed, even though a weapon spawn came on the stage, has the weapon spawn. It is a hammer, picks it up, picks up Acno and throws him off the top. Didn't even need the God property there.
You know, I was watching. Okay, or a tangent here. I was watching Boomy's stream, and Sansa and Boomy had a bet. They were like, "Who's going to be the first caster that uses the God property stream?" And you know what they said?
Flambo isn't here. I had to be the one to say it. I know Flambo wanted to.
I can't believe it. You could have at least waited to North America.
I can't wait. No, of course not.
It's 1-1.
You know me. I'm impatient. I had to do that one. That one's for you, Flambo. We miss you, brother. Can't wait to have you on the desk.
Oh my goodness, they were so right. Okay, Acno hits the recovery. But toss goes down, and Swata gets hit with a sider on the way to the right. Acno could take this game number 1 off. Swata takes the lead. That was a great sider after the downlight. D-light ground pound. Swata couldn't be in a position to punish that one, and Acno with the pickup has been denying Swata all game. The D-light recovery doesn't need the extra damage to take him off the top because it was off the gravity cancel. 200 damage lead by like -7, I think. I don't know. I didn't get the numbers directly, but Acno, great job in game number 1 to take down Swata there, and now he is up 1-0 in the sets.
The overall damage dealt by Acno and Swata respectively was 557 to 364. Swata didn't even deal a number of damage for each day in a year, much less a leap year. He's going to have to step it up just a little bit more. Acno was doing some great whiff punishes on Swata when he was like throwing out side lights. He was spot dodging through them and then hitting the wake up D-light. Taza is inaudibly laughing right now. He even stepped on the panic button so that no one at home could hear him laughing for my joke. This is how selfish of a commentator on the desk Taza is. He will not give me the long W.
Oh my goodness. Not even enough damage for every day of the year. Swata, let's see if he can make up for that going in the air.
He's going to have to. He's absolutely going to have to. I'm not even making a little W anymore. I'm not even farming those in chat.
Oh, no, he's not going to
Acno, he hits that ground pound so low. He may not have to do that much damage after that one.
I mean, let's hope that Swata can cover a month at this rate, right?
Yeah, that's true. He's getting shut down so far.
Acno with that ground pound, super early on into the game. Acno now has the sword picked up. D-light down air comes through, Neutralite connects, and Acno gets the recovery. Swata, let's see what he can do here with the hammer. It's so interesting to me because I really was praising Swata's hammer all throughout previous years, and I feel like today when Swata picks up the hammer, it's been his most vulnerable moments.
Absolutely.
That was
it is almost a detriment to him at this point. I hope we get to see the down air of that super slow-mo as the replay of the game, because he even drifted a little bit to the side, so he would hit the edge of the cone on the down air rather than being straight above Swata. So he knew the weapon that he was edge guarding, and he tailored his response specifically to that, because you know what type of threat the hammer recovery is. We know about that God property, Tazza.
We do. That we do. We're not really seeing this too much here. This game's Acno now with the sword going up against Swata. Sword versus sword. We don't see Swata forced onto the hammer just yet. Acno dodging to the right with the side light almost as like a movement tool. And Swata finally gets something started. D-Light recovery to double nair. Acno returns his own nair, but the neutral sig goes punished. And Swata now on the sword is trying to even up these stocks. He's been doing so good so far, but Acno finally gets some hits in. Uh-oh, it's a bow ground pound time. I'm scared. Swata, no, he makes it back with that jumping side air. And we're back to neutral.
Acno's spacing is really strong here. You see him putting himself at like D-Light length, sort of maybe conditioning Swata to be like, I'm going to initiate with a D-Light or punish with a D-Light. Then you see him dash in throughout the side light, something Swata might not be ready for. He's been highly successful with that.
Ooh, doesn't get the side light, but he gets the nair afterwards, keeping the weapons denied from Swata. Sider puts him off the side of the stage. It doesn't matter how good your weapon spawns are now. Acno will be able to cover it. D-Light, side air, goes in for the down air afterwards. Swata uses his dodge and recovery to make it all the way back over. And Acno, instead of going for the weapon starve, tries to get the edge guard. Doesn't get it, but Swata is so damaged here. He's got to take a stock and then do a perfect stock afterwards at this rate.
I don't know if he has it in him. He's going to try and at least start it off with the sword neutral light. That recovery almost KOing off the top. Acno thirsty for another one. Now Swata.
Whoa,
he
Swata,
attempted to grab.
crazy.
That would have been the KO. That would have been the start of what he needed. Almost picks up the down air. Acno was just a little bit too low. The juggling game comes out from Acno. He does not drop one of the bean bags. He gets the KO off the top.
362.
Did he really?
He did 362.
He did. Still not enough.
There. Still not enough.
That's a bummer.
Is that like down one? Actually, he was like it was like one less damage in the previous game.
It's two less. I think it was 364.
364. Wow.
364. It was that final day of the year, man. It was New Year's Eve. That's a tough one.
New Year's Eve. Wow. Yeah. Swata's got really. I mean, overall, as far as like average damage in Brawlhalla games go, which I'm actually kind of curious what that is now. If we like took like a ton of competitive matchups and looked at what the average damage is in a 1v1, I'm just going to say, gut feeling, this is a low damage average game.
For sure, absolutely.
And overall in the set, both players not really doing as much as we would see with some of the heavier legends, where sometimes the numbers were getting up as high as 670, and we have not really gotten much past 500 between these two players. They're taking the stocks and they're taking them fast.
The damage that Acno just did was 462, so let's divide that into 3. That is 154, I believe that's correct. So that's like right when your enemy turns red. Now, a lot of that is based off of the back that he got that ground pound when Swata was in
It was pretty
orange.
early on, yeah. And then he just ran with the lead the entire time.
Yeah,
Swata had a
definitely.
really great last stock trying to equalize things, and he didn't close off Acno's second stock. And now Acno has got Swata in a position where, okay, interesting choice. He's taking the Godly approach, right? And having Koji versus Koji, he's kind of like, well, okay, I just watched Godly not be able to beat Acno in the Koji mirror match, but check this out, right? Because I mean, let's be real, his hammer has been a non-factor.
Yeah.
It just might as well not have existed. So if you're going to be going forward with a sword in this matchup, maybe pick a legend whose stats better fit what you're trying to do. And now Swata with the Koji is going to be going up against Acno in game number 3. Match point. Acno wins this. It's a 3-0, and he gets that rematch against Godly.
Oh, yo, he started it off really strong. Godly ended his set saying nobody can beat Acno in the Koji mirror match, and Swata came in and said, hold my mammoth juice, and then just started that one off without even hardly getting hit whatsoever.
Oh, and now Swata restocks to 2 at the opening of this matchup. Oh, man, he's getting that cider, and it's looking great so far.
Starting off with a nair. Oh, Swata has already used 2 major signatures here, picking that one up a second time in rapid succession. Swata might be one of the gnarliest Kojis on the planet here, definitely in EU, if he's able to take this game. And again, Swata starting this one out very strong right away. No warm-up time on the Koji whatsoever. He's going to burn that dodge out there. Acno is going to completely wait, give him some time to get over to that corner before responding. He's going to end up taking the stock. We are in the orange for Acno.
Yeah, we are. Oh, and Acno going in for the side lights. Neutral sig hits. And Swata, tries to go in for something, but Acno starting out with the nair, goes to the neutral signature. Swata ends up getting, okay, side light misses. Goes through. Acno does get the nair. Side light down air. Could get this edge guard here and bring this game up into his favor. Yes, Swata, nothing to be able to make it back. Now Swata, not only on match point, but also on his last stock.
Acno has all of a sudden wrestled this back in his favor. He has the weapon advantage. It is the bow in his hand. That neutral light from Swata, he's going to attempt to extend that past. Now he has the sword in his hand. D-Light recovery going to take off the top. And we are back to a tied, dead even game. There's like one hit on Swata, but it is nothing he can't overcome with even a single hit, and he's already even up the damage. It is sword v sword here. D-Light recovery into the air. Tried to find the next follow-up. It's going to be a one-hit for one-hit game, I think, Tazza.
Ooh, and the D-Light Cider comes through, and Acno is now in orange. Deficit comes through, recovery hits as well. Sidelight over there, and now Swata with the swords versus sword. Swata could bring this set not to be a 3-0 at this rate. Oh, this is so scary. Acno makes it
nice
back.
down air. He's going to go under.
Oh, does he make it back? No way. Ground pound comes through, and Swata with the picture-perfect finish.
Yet another sword ground pound from Swata. He's used it so well. Pulled it out at the exact perfect time, showing at least in the first game, man, that early on gravity cancel side signature from Swata. And then he juggled further with two different neutral signatures on stage.
Yep.
Using the same character as Acno, doing things that we've seen Acno do to so many other players.
Still an overall low damaging game. Nothing above 500. They are just taking their stocks out super fast. Now, Demon Island is here for game number 4. No 3-0 in favor of Acno, as Swata picking the Koji for the mirror matchup has worked out in his favor. Super solid opening, since Swata's bow is looking absolutely natural, despite us being so used to seeing Swata only on the Bodvar for so long.
Over here on the Demon Island, Acno was not afraid of those tiny walls. He went over there pretty quickly. He's now going to go for the offstage engagement, continuing this pressure. D-Light Dare tried to hit the turnaround down air. Weapon toss is going to give Swata the power position. He punishes Acno, going just a little bit too high with the down signature. They're now going back into the footsies game. Acno in the lead, but just a little bit.
Weapon throw down. Acno, D-Light ground pounded, but he doesn't get that offstage knockback. And somehow the strong hit from the sword recovery does connect. Swata now hits the neutral light, puts him over to the right, and the down sig whiffs. Bo picked up, tried to go. I thought he was going to go for the ground pound there for sure. Oh, no way. Okay,
you saw
Acno.
Swata,
no
dude,
way.
he straight up booked it because he knew that Acno was going to hold that until he was really deep. So if he stayed down there, he would get hit by it. That's why he made that immediate move to get as high as he possibly could. Swata with the absolute wonderful movement and reactions there.
Swata not picking up the bow, tries to go for the weapon starve, and he does get it. Acno gets the punish on the nair. Now let's see, weapon spawn. That couldn't have been better for Acno, honestly. D-Light Cider comes through. He's on the edge guard, unarmed. He's like, well, what am I going to do when Swata decides to attack me? Oh, a sword? Great. D-Light gets him, and then the Cider right afterwards evens up the stocks 2-2.
He's going to do the textbook edge guard of waiting for the peek over the corner of the hurt box to pick up the D-Light, go for the side air since you're all the way on the edge of the stage, instead of going for a recovery off top, because the left or the right blast zone is the absolute closest one to you. Literally textbook there.
Both players really struggling to get something started. Cider hits, but that's not really the momentum that Acno's looking for. Neutral light tags him on as well. Swata goes to the downer.
Oh,
Acno,
he jumps away from that neutral light.
I think that was absolutely the right choice from Acno. He didn't jump into the down air. He thought Swata was going to fast fall afterwards, but no. Swata jumps away, like you said. Recovery comes through. Acno takes the lead, but Swata returns to the zone nair. It's so close.
It is literally one hit for one hit. Neither player can really get any momentum going, even get their combo starters going. There aren't any huge D-Light Sayers coming out. That's sort of the first like back-to-back move, and then he ends it with a neutral signature going all the way off the top. Swata with a nice lead here. Since we're on Demon Island, those blast zones so far away, I don't know how quickly Acno is going to be able to KO here unless he hits something like that that's way up and has a ton of force on it.
That's the thing. I was ready to say Acno took the lead off that neutral sig because that's what I thought Acno was doing. But no, Swata really doing well with a page out of Acno's book, and Acno trying to even up the stocks here. Acno's so good at this though. He just he just doesn't take damage at a deficit. When the stock's down, and he's like, it's 1-2. All right, he cleans it up, no questions asked. Doesn't matter who he's fighting against, and now it's back to a dead even game. Acno takes this. It's 3-1, but Swata is really fighting for that game 5 scenario.
Swata found 2 hits, now 3 hits. Has Acno in the yellow. Definitely a lead for Swata. That's like the first hit that Acno has found on Swata. Now 2 hits going Swata's favor. He's starting to increase the lead. He's at the weapon advantage. He has the sword in hand. Acno picking up a sword as well. It's sword v sword, Koji v Koji here. Looking for a game 5 from Swata's POV. Looking for the 3-1 from Acno's.
Oh, and Acno taking so many sword siders. He's low on jumps. He has to use the dodge recovery here.
Swata
And
going
Swata
for
goes to
something
the
pretty
D-lights. Weapon picked up. Bow in hand. Acno gets the side light. Doesn't go for the ground pound afterwards. He gets the nair. He goes for the neutral sink. Oh, he gets the side light. He goes for the chase dodge recovery. You're crazy, Acno.
That KO'd? Are you kidding me? That KO'd. I didn't think it was going to, but Swata felt good about it. He went for it, and he got it. We're going to a game 5.
Acno did the one possible thing that I think he could have gotten a knockout from that play. We're going to see that here. It was so crazy. He had nothing left. He was sweating with the gravity cancel sidelight there. And when he went for the recovery afterwards, he was just hoping that Swata was going to panic jump. Swata doesn't give it to him, hits the recovery in the same way, and then surprises both of us with that knockout off the top. And the damage just gets closer and closer.
Look at those numbers, 531 to 534. Look at the average damage per engagement.
Wow.
Only 2 separating those two. Look at the light attacks, 83 to 85. The signatures, 3 to 4.
Wow.
No more than 3 separating any of those numbers whatsoever. Look at that graph. Look how quickly that stock
Even
was
the weapon
taken
throws.
in the end. The weapon throws
14
too.
to 17.
These
No more than
two
3.
players are so evenly matched, and that is not something we could really say in the past year.
Okay, Acno may have forced Godly off the Koji, but Swata just forced Acno off the Koji. It's Petra for Game 5, lower finals. Winner of this goes in the Grands to fight against Godly, who has been undefeated in sets today. And now Swata has forced Acno off the legend that he has had the most success with in recent memory. So now Swata forcing Acno to Petra. This is so interesting.
Acno's coming in with a very edgy-looking Petra, too.
That's true.
I think the anger is boiling inside of him. He wants to take this. Doesn't
pure
expect
angst.
to go out at 3rd place here.
Yeah.
He thinks his place belongs in grand finals here in the Winter Championship.
Oh, he dash jumps forward, trying to bait something out of Swata. Swata definitely not prepared for this pick just yet, but he is adapting.
Oh, what a pickup.
Downlight into recovery, not going to do it just yet. Petra has high force, but not quite that high. Gauntlets are going to be needed to get this knockout off the top. And Swata, wow, okay. Unarmed neutralize doing a lot here. Over to the orb from Acno. We know he's got one. He's played the Thor before. Side air hits, and there he goes off the left side of the stage. Swata, 2 stocks left in the tournament potentially.
And Acno has a beautiful lead going into this one. Just in the orange, Swata is going to pick up a weapon very quickly as Acno was recovering back onto the stage. Starts off with the down air. Is going to need quite a bit more than that. At least gets Acno into the red very quickly. Goes for the other side air to force Acno over to the edge. Recovery not quite enough. I think a D-Light recovery from virtually anywhere on the main stage will be the KO option. Now, Acno doesn't want to play that game. He wants to sort of taunt Swata over to the edge, saying, come on, I'm playing gauntlets on the side. I want you over here, baby.
Nair into gravity cancel neutralite, gets the pummel onto him. Sidelight, gets the Nair, just go for it again. No, Swata with the wake up D-Light recovery, catches Acno off guard. Acno was prepared to react to anything except for an attack, and Swata was definitely ready there. Gets the stock, but Acno got a good amount of damage on the gauntlets before he goes to 2-2. Oh, now he gets kicked to the side. Let's see what
Weapon
can
spawn coming in. Swata's going to control it. Acno was at least far away enough for that weapon toss to hit him, and then Swata not to pick up that same weapon again. He got that prioritization of the new weapon spawn.
Acno trying to go through these down airs, bouncing off the stage, get that extra range. Swata on the verge of getting knocked out here. Ooh, sidelight sider, not enough just yet, but it's getting close. Switches over to the gauntlets. Oh, he switches over to the orb. Okay, he's got a new orb primed as well. That's interesting. Acno deciding to stay with that weapon. Okay, well, if you're going to stick with the weapon, just to throw it. Orb is probably not the best choice for that.
Yeah, that's probably one of the worst weapons to throw just because how small that hitbox is. But a nice GC sidelight into the side air. Didn't even need the weapon toss to hit. Acno with an even bigger lead than he had before.
Ooh, and now with the Nair hitting, tacks on some extra damage. He really went for the weapon and punish there, and he gets it. Sidelight, Nair into the neutralite off the bottom. Oh, a gravity cancel neutralite and a Nair after the chase dodge. Acno's orb is crazy, and he is just destroying Swata with it.
Nice spot dodge there. He's going to maintain the weapon control. There is a spawn. Hits Swata away. Picks up the gauntlets. Even comes out with the neutral signature. Hoping to end this one quickly. It's going to take a little bit more than that. Swata still in the orange, but Acno still in the orange. A full stock up as well. That neutral air not going to be the KO move he needs just yet. That desync is going to just barely do it. Acno on this Petra does have some defense.
Man. Oh, this is pretty close. Okay, Cider hits and Acno. Okay, no way he orbed down 6 here. No, there's no way. Oh. I don't know why.
There's one way.
I was like, it's last stock situation. I know that it feels like it makes the most sense, but that's also probably the last move that you're ever going to be hitting in this scenario. But here he is.
Think he goes for it again?
No, there's no, absolutely.
Oh, he's just backing up.
Like for real
side
this
air.
time. There's for real no way for this time.
What?
Oh,
unless
no. The platform there is just trolling him. Oh, he gets kicked away. There's no way. Swata gets hit by the Sarah. Okay, Sarah at any point on the stage now is enough. Like, Swata cannot get hit. If he gets hit by the side light, that's done for. Acno just waiting for that. Goes in for one Sarah. Swata gets some damage in. Oh,
there it is. That's it. That is the game. Acno is going to take it. He's going to leave Swata tying Blue's record for most sets in loser's bracket. Doesn't give him the glory of beating that, going on to 14. Still a tremendous effort from Swata today. The way he leveled up throughout the tournament, we saw him get better and better and better. The way he went in the Koji mirror match against Acno, forcing Acno off of the Koji onto the Petra. But you can't mess with one of the baddest men in EU.
So you're an experienced world record holder, right?
That is true. I'm one of the world's fastest gamers.
Tell me how this works.